Oh man, this team is just embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. Today's performance was terrible. It was downright terrible. First of all, Ron Rivera, I don't care. I mean, he needs to go. He needs to go after the season. He First of all, it was now I did say like Ron Rivera starting Wentz over Heineke. I will admit I said it was a good move, but clearly I was wrong. But it was Ron Rivera's decision to start Carson Wentz over Taylor Heineke, and look how he played today. Carson Wentz 16 for 28, 143 yards, 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. He had that one carry in the end zone for a 1 yard touchdown. He leaped over defensive lineman, but it was just terrible. Absolutely terrible performance by Carson Wentz. First of all, in the first quarter, he threw an interception literally on our first drive. After 3 plays, he threw an interception. And then I think in the second quarter or third quarter, he threw another interception. And then in the fourth quarter, he threw that really bad interception. He was trying to get it to Jahan Dotson, but Jahan Dotson was in double coverage, and I mean, shoot, it was gonna be picked off. I mean, Jahan Dotson was double coverage. What do you think's gonna happen? So Carson Wentz, there's a reason why he's a backup to Taylor Heineke, and I'll admit I was wrong. But we should have, to be honest, after the first interception, I was thinking we should put Taylor Heineke in. Because Taylor Heineke, he does give us the better chance to win games. Carson Wentz was terrible. Absolutely terrible today. Words can't really describe how bad he was today. I mean, it was just disgusting. I mean, it's like every single season, it's like this. We can't have one quarterback. We can't have one good quarterback. It's been like this since the early 2000s, maybe 2010. We haven't had a good quarterback since the early 2000s. I wasn't even born then, so it's rough. This team is really rough. Like I said, Ron Rivera, he needs to go. Scott Turner needs to go. We gotta clean house this offseason. Like, once we get a new owner, we gotta clean house. And even to be honest, if Dan Snyder doesn't sell, I wouldn't be surprised if he's stuck with not Carson Wentz, Ron Rivera, because he does have a lot going on with other stuff, with business stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's stuck with Ron Rivera. But after today's performance, Ron Rivera is just unbelievable. And I don't know if you guys saw this clip on Twitter though, right? But a reporter asked Ron Rivera what will the quarterback situation be like next week, since there's a chance we could get eliminated today if the Packers, since the Lions already won and we lost, the Packers win against the Vikings, were eliminated from the playoffs. And Ron Rivera, he was just standing there confused as into like what the reporter was talking about. He wasn't aware that we could be eliminated today, which is so bad. I mean, Ron Rivera, he's a terrible head coach. I'm sorry. He's a terrible head coach. He's been good in the past, but right now, the league is changing. I mean, it's open up to young, offensive-minded head coaches, and that's what we need. I'm hoping we get a young, offensive-minded head coach this offseason, because, man, I cannot take it with Ron Rivera anymore. He is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it that this man is still coaching. He's still on my team. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, the playoffs really are out of doubt. We're probably not going to make the playoffs. So I want to see Sam Howell next week. I don't want to see Carson Wentz. I don't mind seeing Taylor Heineke, but I want to see what Sam Howell can do, because if we go into the offseason, maybe bring out Carson. If we bring back Carson Wentz, man, I don't know what I would do, but if we go into this offseason, maybe drafting a quarterback or trading for a quarterback, maybe signing one without seeing what Sam Howell can do, then we might as well see what Sam Howell can do before we do any of that. Well, if we do any of that. So, yeah, I mean, terrible today. It's just, man, I just don't have much to say, really. Rest of the team, Brian Robinson, 24 carries, 87 yards. He was pretty good today. Jonathan Williams has some nice carries. And first of all, Carson Wentz does not get the ball to Terry McLaurin at all. Look at this. 2 catches for 21 yards. I mean, that is terrible. And the thing with Taylor Heinicke is he actually gets the ball to his weapons. He gets it to Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel only had 1 catch for 6 yards. Jahan Dotson only 3 catches for 37 yards. And I remember Jahan Dotson did have 1 pass he dropped, but that's really not his fault. It was a really bad pass by Carson Wentz. It was low and behind. Jahan Dotson we could have scored a touchdown there if Wentz hit him in stride, but it was low and behind, and really Dotson couldn't really do anything about that. So I really don't blame Dotson there much more. That's more of a blame on Carson Wentz, really. And then Cam Sims, he had 1 nice catch for 16 yards. Like I said in my preview video, Carson Wentz loves passing to his tight end. 6 catches, 56 yards. So there's that. Defense, to be honest, the defense in the first half alone, defense was actually playing pretty good. Now Deshaun Watson, he was cooking our defense a little bit in the second half. Well, a lot actually. 9 for 18, 169 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure all 3 touchdowns came in the second half, maybe 1 in the first half. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I mean, it was just terrible today. Terrible performance. We got. It was just terrible. No words really to describe. Jamin Davis, he wasn't bad. David Mayo, I didn't see, really much good from him today. Deron Payne, he got 2 sacks today. Congratulations to him. He has 11.5 sacks on the season now. That is incredible from Deron Payne. I can't believe this man didn't make the Pro Bowl. Jeremy Reeves, he wasn't bad. Montez Sweat, Casey Toohill, they both got a sack. But once again, Chase Young was good today. He played well. Who else? Jonathan Allen, he did get injured during the game. He was ruled out for the rest of the game. To be honest, I wouldn't play John Allen next week. I really wouldn't play any of our starters next week because at this point, we're gonna get eliminated from the playoffs. Right now, watching the Packers game, it's 14-3. The Packers are leading the Vikings, so it's looking like they're gonna win. But we'll see. And even if they do win, it's a very slim chance we beat the Cowboys next week and actually make the playoffs. So I mean, terrible performance. Really, really, really bad. I mean, there's just really nothing. Carson Wentz, he's terrible. We got to get rid of him this offseason. I mean, it was Ron Rivera's decision to trade for this man. We traded a conditional second and a 3rd-round pick for this man. The Colts didn't expect much from Carson Wentz. Nobody wanted Carson Wentz. But for some reason, Ron Rivera decided to trade a conditional second. Now it's a 3rd because Carson Wentz hasn't played enough snaps. So basically 2/3 for Carson Wentz when we could have maybe even given up literally a 5th-round pick or a 6th-round pick. And maybe the Colts would have released him if nobody offered them anything and we could have just signed him for free. So I mean, Ron Rivera, he's just stupid for that. Ron Rivera, he has to go out after this season. I mean, there's no debate about it. There's really no debate about it. So let me know how you guys think about this game. And that's about it. It's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.